Today has been an unbelievably wild day when it comes to Destiny 2 news. Of course, last week we had the unfortunate information that Destiny 2 Beyond Light was going to be delayed, pushed back from its initial release date of September 22nd, 2020, all the way up to November 10th. But this week, we got plenty of new information covering the Stasis subclass, some of the new weapons and abilities we'll be engaging with in Beyond Light, as well as how this game is going to be moving forward in a partnership with the Xbox platform. In particular, with the notion of Destiny 2 coming to the Xbox Game Pass. What's going on, Guardians? My name is The Black Link, and all of that and more is what we learned about in today's Xbox press conference, as well as with the trailer release and this week's issue of the Bungie Weekly blog, This Week at Bungie. Let's go ahead and dive on into the news. First things first, Destiny 2 is coming to the Xbox Game Pass. If you're unaware, Xbox held an event today where they showed off the new Xbox Series X, their new Game Pass, as well as some of the games that are going to be coming to the platform when it launches later this year. And of course, among that was an announcement for Destiny 2. Today, Bungie and Xbox announced that they are joining forces to bring Destiny 2 to Xbox Game Pass this fall. With an active Xbox Game Pass subscription, players will have access to the standard edition, excluding seasonal content, which of course is sold separately, of each Destiny 2 expansion, beginning with Forsaken and Shadowkeep, available September 2020, and Beyond Light, available beginning on November 10th, 2020. Meaning, if you hold an Xbox Game Pass subscription, all of Destiny 2, all of its expansions, Forsaken, Shadowkeep, and Beyond Light are going to be available to you as a player. Essentially meaning all of Destiny 2, save for the seasonal content. So stuff like that's on the season pass. You're still going to have to pay the $10 or whatever they're charging for that moving forward. But all of the rest of the DLC content is going to be available for you if you've got that Xbox Game Pass. They go on to state that later this year, we will be releasing a version of Destiny 2 that will be optimized for Xbox Series X, including 4K resolution running at 60 frames per second. Players who already own Destiny 2 on Xbox One will be able to transfer their game to Xbox Series X for free via smart delivery. In addition, for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers, players will be able to stream Destiny 2 on their Android mobile devices via xCloud. And this, Guardians, is titanic news. If you're somebody out there who is interested in the Xbox Game Pass, and you are also interested in buying Beyond Light, well, hopefully you haven't already pre-ordered Beyond Light, because it looks like, so as at least when it comes to the standard edition of Beyond Light and all of the Destiny 2 content there on Xbox, just having that Game Pass is going to get you access to everything except the Season Pass rewards. You're still going to have to pay for those. And I've got to admit, this is a fantastic deal for any of you Xbox players out there. For those who don't know, the Xbox Game Pass is a video game subscription service offered by Microsoft for use with its Xbox One consoles and Windows 10. It's generally described as Netflix for video games. The Game Pass will grant users access to a catalog of games from a range of publishers for a single monthly subscription price. So it's a premium subscription service that gets you access to a bunch of different games. When it comes to Xbox, there's some pretty hard-hitting games on there. The new Halo Infinite is going to be a part of this Game Pass. The new Fable that they announced today is going to be a part of the Game Pass. And now we know Destiny 2, Beyond Light, as well as all of the previous DLC are going to be available for Xbox Game Pass owners. This is pretty incredible news. For those who are interested in picking up Xbox Game Pass, you can get in on your first month for about $1. And then for the ultimate version, which includes Xbox Gold Live, unlimited access to over 100 high-quality console and PC games, it's going to be about $14.99 a month. So about the standard MMO subscription fare. There's also split PC and console variants. So if you're, say, somebody who likes to play games on PC and you don't have an Xbox, they have a PC variant for about $4.99 a month right now, though that's a limited price. After a while, it's going to go up to $9.99 a month. It's going to offer you all the same benefits. All of those Xbox Game Studio titles and Microsoft offered titles will be available to you there. And of course, there's also the console version. If you just want to get the Game Pass for consoles, it's also about $9.99 a month. There are a lot of different game companies out there that run premium passes. You know, EA has one, I think Ubisoft has one, but this is probably the best deal I've seen for one in a long period of time. But don't worry, Sony fans out there, this partnership doesn't mean that there's going to be new exclusive content only for Xbox. Bungie went ahead and nipped that rumor in the bud with their FAQ section on their website talking about this new product. They state that all content on Destiny 2 is going to remain available to all players on any platform, and is going to be available at the same time. There's no content exclusives on any platform, so I'm really happy to hear about that. Overall, this is a fantastic deal, and it's one I think a lot of the Xbox players out there, and even PC players who are looking to play this game, are really probably going to enjoy taking advantage of. Microsoft really is in here making moves. But that's only one bit of the major news that we had announced today. Because of course, also part of that Xbox event, we got a brand new trailer for Destiny 2 Beyond Light. And this trailer was showing off the new subclass for Stasis, the ice-based subclass that we're presumably going to be learning from the darkness. And this trailer was, well, if you'll excuse the pun, really cool. So we got to see the new ice-based subclass in action. We got to see a lot of really interesting utilities for it. We're going to be able to use the ice, kind of like Mei from Overwatch, not to trigger anybody's PTSD from the shenanigans in that game, but to make blockades, to make platforms that you'll be able to jump off of. It'll be useful in PvP, and of course, you'll be able to freeze enemies solid. And we got to see great clips of gameplay of all of that here. Particularly, I thought it was really creative that you'll be able to use this to create platforms that you can use to clear jumping puzzles and almost sort of make cover for yourself. And it's got me kind of wondering what the utilities are going to be for that moving forward. You know how this community likes to break stuff. We also got to see some new enemy units, including some fallen units on Europa, and even something that looks to be a mini version, kind of like the Insurrection Prime from Scourge of the Past. We got to see some Guardians fighting that. And honestly, this expansion looks gorgeous. Europa looks like it's going to be a beautiful worldscape for us to explore. These ice abilities look fantastic. We got to see Titans basically slam and create an ice shockwave, which presumably can encase enemies in ice before you can shatter them. Warlocks seem to have an ice staff attack. We got to see that on the previous trailer when they first revealed Beyond Light a couple of weeks ago. Hunters have a new throwing knife variant that can encase enemies in ice, and they're the ones who throw up the Overwatch Mei walls that I'm sure everyone is going to love in PvP. These new abilities are nothing like anything we've ever experienced as players before in Destiny 2. We've got the grenade, of course, that you throw and seems to create platforms that you can then go and jump on. Of course, with the whole freezing and encasing enemies in ice and then shattering them, this is brand new territory, and it's some of the most creative stuff we've seen from Bungie in a while. And if you happen to miss the Stasis trailer, we'll have a link to the reveal down in the description box below so you can watch it on your own leisure. But suffice to say, what we saw today has got us really excited for what's coming next. But alright, that's not the only bit of news we had today. Of course, we have this week's issue of the Bungie Weekly blog, This Week at Bungie. And while the TWAB, of course, starts out reiterating the other news that we got today about Xbox One Game Pass, and of course the Stasis trailer itself, we do have some other bits of news to cover. First and foremost, we have another Bungie deep dive on the horizon. Next week, on Tuesday, July 28th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, Bungie's going to be going live, and they are going to be having a developer deep dive on the Prophecy Dungeon. Now, if you've never been along on one of these ride-along/deep dive experiences, basically the devs are going to be playing through the content and then talking about some of the inspiration behind creating your favorite content in Destiny. This time around, the inspiration and development of the Prophecy Dungeon. I'm really excited about this one. For the Guardians who've been following me on my personal channels, you guys know I've been playing Prophecy basically every single week. I really enjoy that dungeon. It's one of my favorite experiences in the game right now. And I really want to hear how they came up with some of the different challenges and areas and environments involved in it. I really want to know what they were thinking when it came to Rainbow Road. So if you, like me, are interested in all of that developer commentary, make sure you're staying tuned to Bungie's Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Bungie. Again, that's next Tuesday, July 28th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. After that, we got some good news for you Destiny 2 PC players out there. This week, Valve identified hardware configuration issues with 4 relays in their Chicago, Virginia, Stockholm, and Dubai data centers. In each case, the affected relay was unable to send traffic to one other relay in that same data center. So if a connection to a peer went through both of those relays, then it would drop. This apparently was the source of all those beaver errors, and now that they've got it worked out, the number of beaver errors that you've been experiencing on PC should hopefully have dropped significantly. Very happy to hear about that. Moving on, if you're into it, the Destiny official cookbook was released this week, and of course it contains all kinds of Destiny-inspired culinary concoctions waiting for you to whip up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you're looking to have some Destiny-flavored desserts, well, that Destiny official cookbook is available right now on the Bungie store, where you can pick it up for about $34.99. Alright, and of course the last thing we have to talk about this week, new Twitch Prime rewards. That's right, Bungie has extended their Twitch Prime reward system, and now we're in the bonus rounds. If you've got an active Twitch Prime subscription, you can link it to your Bungie account to receive some automatic rewards from Amanda Holiday. This month, those rewards are the Tractor Cannon Exotic Shotgun, the Machinist Trove Exotic Weapon Ornament, the Shadow Trespass Exotic Ship, and the Cavalcade Legendary Sparrow. So if you've been missing any of those items from your collections, now's the time to get them. But alright, there we go, Guardians. That is it for this week's issue of the Bungie Weekly blog, This Week at Bungie. And that's the biggest bits of news we got this week. Of course, incredible news with the Xbox Game Pass, basically making it so that the entirety of Destiny 2 and its DLC, save for the seasonal content, that season pass stuff, is going to be free if you own the Xbox Game Pass, which I bet a lot of people are, given some of the games that they announced today at their event. Again, Halo Infinite, a new Fable. Now you're adding in Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Seems like there might be plenty of reasons to jump on that bandwagon. And additionally, of course, we're super excited about the new Stasis subclass and all the new things we got to see today. And I, for one, can't wait to learn more as we move closer and closer to that revised November 10th, 2020 release date. But alright, that's the news and those are my thoughts. Be sure to leave me yours down in the comment section below. If you missed any of this news over the course of the day, we'll have links to everything we talked about down in the description box below. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out. But I'm out for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty. And that call tag has never been more relevant.